The takes about Ed Reed are coming in. They're coming in hot. They're fast. They're all over the place. People feel one way, feel another way. I'm gonna tell you why I would still hire Ed Reed to run a college football program, specifically an HBCU college football program. And here is why. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What up, world? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you get your podcast. Please, if you can do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button as you come into the room. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member. All the money from the people that become members go right back into the channel. So if you enjoy it, go ahead and knock it out. Now, I'm here today to talk about Coach Ed Reed. Ed Reed, as we all know, the Bethune era is over. The interim president, Mr. Frank, Dr. Frank, came and kind of just cemented it. You know what I mean? He buried it and poured cement, concrete over it. It's over. But a lot of people are asking, what they should do. I had a great conversation with Dr. Boyce Watkins. You can check that right here on my YouTube channel about Ed Reed and about his time at Bethune-Cookman, or his lack thereof of time it was at Bethune-Cookman. And Dr. Boyce had some interesting takes. Obviously I have my points. But at the end of my conversation with Dr. Boyce, I asked Dr. Boyce, would he hire Ed Reed if he was running an institution, if the Black Business School had a football team? And he said no, and he stated his reasons why. And then I flipped it on myself. I said I would still hire Ed Reed if I was running a historically Black college university. And here's why. There's multiple reasons. Now, obviously, you could say, well, why doesn't he go to the Power Fives? Why the Power Fives don't want him? He should go up there. It's not the same. And here's why. The Power Fives, the PWIs, those institutions, specifically the ones with big money TV contracts, they don't need Ed Reed. Ed Reed is just a name for them. Same with Deion Sanders. They don't need Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders can go up there, win, and have a lot of success, but they don't need him. They don't need him to drive revenue. They don't need him to have notoriety. He gives them more notoriety, but they were going to be okay. They have billions and billions of dollars flowing in and out from TV contracts, endowments, donations, etc., etc. It's not the same at a lot of historically Black colleges and universities. It's not the same. And the level of notoriety and money that you're able to get from those individuals, specifically, we're talking about Ed Reed here, and we're going to keep it on Ed Reed. It could be life-changing. What's taking place at Bethune-Cookman is sad, and not just talking about football. No, I'm not specifying it just for football. The football thing is one thing. You could say, I said what Ed did is a fireable offense. I just didn't think they'd do it a week later. If you were going to do it, you should have did it swiftly, swift, fast, and in a hurry, not in the middle of a freaking recruiting visit. Not when you have 30 prospects on campus with their families, and in the middle of their visit, you're telling them that their coach is no longer going to be there. Not after 3 players have officially transferred in to play for Ed Reed. Not after that. But, that was just my opinion. I said I would still hire him because I think the good outweighs the bad. I think Ed genuinely does love the kids. I think Ed genuinely loves football. I think Ed genuinely does love giving back to his community and having a chance to coach at an HBCU, giving back to those young men, giving back to that institution, an institution like a Bethune-Cookman. I think the good outweighs the bad. Now, his professional decorum was out of line. He wasn't professional. He didn't have any sense of decorum when he went on those Instagram lives. I get that, and I'm not excusing that. He was wrong. Well, I think Bethune-Cookman and their handling of this situation is also wrong. And I think Ed could help change the financial situation that's taking place at Bethune-Cookman. The same financial situation that has mold all over the school. The same financial situation that doesn't allow them to have a practice field for the football team. The same financial situation that has players sharing helmets on a football team during games. This is not cap. This is all facts. I'm not making this up. And so someone like Ed Reed, I believe, could come in and help change that situation. Yes, I do. Now, I took a poll. I took poll in 2 different places, 2 different platforms, and you can still vote on them. The first one was on my YouTube. I asked, and I wanted to see, cause I wanted to see if I was in the minority, because a lot of people saw Roland's show and they said he should never be allowed to coach a football team. That's your opinion. That's fair. And some people saw that show and they were like, he's just passionate. That's your opinion. That's fair. I'm one to say he's probably out of line and he probably needs to tone it down, especially if you're trying to get a job back that you currently don't have. Probably should tone it down. But at the same time, I would still hire him. And I wanted to know, because the overwhelming majority as far as noise people were saying they would never hire him. So I just took a poll to see just to poll the same folks that are saying, he's deranged, he's unhinged, he blah, blah, blah. Well, would you hire him at your school? Would you hire him at your school to be the head coach? If you think he's this bad, or you think he doesn't know what's going on, or CTE, or whatever the jokes were, would you hire him at your school? Just curious. I took a poll. The first one's on my YouTube channel, over 700 votes. This is what the first one said. This is not, I can't manufacture these results. The first one, if you can see there, for some reason it's not letting me zoom in. The first one, 58% yes at over 760 votes. 58% yes to only 42% no. Okay, you'll say, well, Jeff, that's only 700 votes, right? It's not a whole lot of votes. It's not a whole lot of votes. It's not a whole lot of people. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So I took one on my Twitter where people are a little more active when it comes to this stuff. 1,300 votes. Would you say, that's a decent amount. It's not an overwhelming majority, but it's a decent amount, and it's people that know this situation. Ask the same question. If you were running an institution and you had a chance to hire Ed Reed to run your favorite college football team, would you hire him? Now remember, if you looked at just the quote tweets in my video that I posted from the Roland Martin show, from Roland Martin Unfiltered, has over 400,000 views and over 500 quote tweets. And the quote tweets are all pretty much negative on it. But then so up under that make sure the same people that are watching this video can vote on this poll. I asked, after seeing Ed Reed, and I was specific, after seeing Ed Reed on the Roland Martin show, would you want him to be the head coach of your favorite college football team? Now, granted, this is not everybody in the world. This is not everybody that watches college football. But these are smart, educated people who know the game, who know football, who know the impact that Ed can have. 53% says yes. Over 1,360 votes casted. It's still 2 days, over 20. This poll has been seen by almost 30,000 people. 53% said yes. 53% said yes. So I'm not crazy when I say that I would still want Ed Reed to run my institution, specifically if I have a black college institution. Should he have handled himself with more professional decorum? Abso-freaking-lutely. Should he have handled the situation at Bethune better? And even the subsequent interview that he did with Roland? Probably so. Yeah, he probably should have handled it better. Should have let Roe being Roe Parrish, do a little more talking, a little less animated. Still passionate, but a little less animated. And even after all the bashing and the people saying that he's crazy and the CTE and all this stuff, all the jokes and everything, out of over 1,350 people, or out of 30,000 views, the majority still would hire Ed. And that's because we all understand what Ed can do, specifically for a program like Bethune-Cookman. Specifically for a private institution like Bethune-Cookman, who is drastically struggling. The struggles have been broadcast by their own alumni. Hell, this university is suing its old alumni association. What do you think? How much money do you think would have flowed into Bethune-Cookman with Ed Reed as the head coach? 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. It'd have been in the millions. I'm willing to bet that first year one, I'm willing to bet probably about $10 million between renovations, ticket sales, jersey sales, probably about $10 million easily. And that, but to me, the buck doesn't stop at Bethune. He's not going to get the job at Bethune. It's not going to happen. It is what it is. You know, that ship has sailed. But there's still an opportunity out there for someone. Someone, I think, should take a chance on it. Someone out there should take a chance on Ed Reed. And if you do, I think you'll be very, very satisfied. Very, very satisfied with the results that come from it. I just want to show you guys, like, Bethune-Cookman players were literally sharing helmets during games last year. This is a clip posted by an active Bethune-Cookman. He's actively on the football team. He says, so since many of you want proof of sharing helmets, I got you. Hashtag bring Coach Reed back. This was during their game where they lost 70-7 or 70-14 to Miami. And here is them actively sharing helmet. The caption says, come on, man. No way, not in 2022.
Well, Bethune-Cookman out here sharing helmets. This is embarrassing for a D1. Or a D1.
Wow. I just want to cut the sound off so it's not echoing. But you see, Coach Sims, he's like, yo, I need a helmet. Come on, let's go. And 79 take his helmet off and pass it over to the young man. To number 42. That's really happening at that school. They're saying players are washing their own clothes. They're saying the school doesn't have a locker room. Come on, man. Come on, man. I wish the best for Coach Reed. I pray. I don't think anyone will give him. I mean, I don't think there's any HBCU openings left in this coaching cycle. But next fall, someone needs to give Ed Reed a call. Someone needs to try to get Ed Reed to come in and lead their program, because I think he can help drastically help someone's historically Black college program. That's just my thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button on your way out. If you want to donate, the links are in the bio. Also, if you want to become a member, go ahead and hit that join button. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.